gotta turn the video off. Ah! Ow, dude, you're biting my skin. Wow. Oh, Levi, I can't knock over the camera now, can you, bud? It's okay, we got him some water. Don't be tripping about that now. Okay, fit the word of God in your lips. Okay, know it so well you can speak it without having to go back to it. This is the memorization, so that you can speak a good word in good season, in good time, for the right person. Thy trust may be in the Lord. I have made known to thee this day, even to thee. Okay, my trust is in the Lord. Your trust is in the Lord. If you're seeking wisdom, your trust is in the Lord. You just got to a place where you're like, I need wisdom, and the only one who has it is God. So obviously you made known this day that you trust in the Lord by just being here. And so have I. I have made known to thee this day, even to thee. All right, Solomon's telling us his trust is in the Lord. Why? Because the Lord has wisdom, and now he's writing down, he's doing the work, preaching it. And that's the proof is in the pudding, right? I know the Lord, I'm preaching it. Okay, I'm trying to preach it, like I even know how to. But I'm here doing the work, and so obviously I trust in the Lord. You're here listening, so obviously you trust in the Lord. He's just making it known again. And we should reiterate that to ourselves over and over again. Speak life into ourselves and remind us that, hey, I trust in the Lord, so I don't doubt, and so I don't panic, so I don't freak out and go do something dumb. Go sin against somebody. Go sin against my neighbor. Go sin against myself. Go sin against my God. No. Remind ourselves, we trust in the Lord, we do not panic. Verse 20, have not I written to thee excellent things and counsels and knowledge? Has he not written us excellent things and counsels and knowledge? Solomon is just saying, look at me. Have I not shown you that God bestowed upon me this wisdom? He's not boasting. If anything, he's boasting in the Lord because he knows the Lord gave him this. Verse 21, that I might make thee know the certainty of the words of truth, that thou mightest answer the words of truth to them that send unto thee. So, this is him saying, look at the Bible. Look at the Bible. Look at the certainty of the words of the Bible, the Holy Scriptures, sola scriptura. It's breathed by God. It proves itself by just being so filled with wisdom. It proves itself by the prophecies that are fulfilled hundreds and thousands of years in advance. It proves itself, okay? Answer the words of truth to them that send unto thee. Okay, I seek wisdom so that I can have wisdom, so I can pour wisdom into others, so I can pour wisdom into my future family, so I can pour wisdom into Levi. So I can pour wisdom on YouTube into the people that ever watch this. Verse 22, rob not the poor because he is poor, neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. Don't rob the poor just because he's poor, okay? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Hope it's not a temptation for you to rob the poor, because that's an unbelievable temptation. And like maybe some people have that temptation. Let me go steal from some guy that's doing worse than me. No. Don't rob the rich either. No Robin Hood here. Poor. Neither oppress the afflicted in the gate. Levi, chill out, buddy. The afflicted in the gate. The man who's lame, the man who can't walk, okay? That's the afflicted in the gate, all right? Just because somebody's handicapped, let alone whether it's physical or mental, don't oppress them, all right? I have memory of oppressing it's messed up, but it's the truth. I have memory of when I was a young kid on the school bus. Stop it. I'll back up with you, okay? I'm right here. I have memory of bullying the afflicted in the gate, okay? The handicapped, the one with autism, all right? That's messed up. I recognize that now. Yeah? It's really messed up. But how easy is it to do? to look at him and be like, oh, let me make myself feel better because that guy's in a wheelchair, or whatever the handicap is, the afflicted in the gate, the guy who can't walk, okay? You're afflicting the afflicted, which is just not acceptable by any means. Stop it. Stop it. You agree with me? Levi agrees. He says it's messed up. He's saying, dude, don't you do that. It is messed up, because look at the guilt that I feel about it now with realizing how messed up it is. But when you're a kid, you're just dumb and you're just filled with folly and foolishness, like it said in the previous verse, okay? And you do terrible things. Verse 23, for the Lord will plead their cause and spoil the soul of those that spoiled them. The Lord's going to plead their cause. This is just the why. This is the why you don't do it, not just because it's jacked up, because the Lord's going to plead their cause. He's got their back. He's got their 6, just like he's got my 6, but all of a sudden I'm oppressing the afflicted? No, Jesus got their 6, okay? Not okay. The Lord's going to stand up for them, all right? You go spoil the poor, you're going to become spoiled yourself. All your stuff's going to get robbed, all right? You're robbing from the poor, you're going to get robbed 10 times worse. 4, make no friendship with an angry man, and with the furious man thou shalt not go. Don't be friends with those that are so easily angered, all right? They just boil over the pot, okay? And then they explode, okay? Just don't even make friendship with the angry man. With a furious man thou shalt not go. You don't know what that will lead to. Whether it's the woman that ends up in an abusive relationship, or whether it's just you becoming friends with an angry man and he explodes and he breaks your arm, or whatever, or he just says some foul things, okay, and just terrorizes you. Or God forbid he murders you. You know, the angry man, you don't know what the angry man's gonna do. When people see red, they black out, okay? When people are filled with anger, they black out, and that's how murders happen, all right? The angry man, they're furious. They see red, and then they just black out, and the enemy takes over realistically, and that's how people get murdered. That's how people end up in abusive relationships, because they made friends with the angry man, all right? And the angry man hid his anger for a time, and then all of a sudden, you're getting beat at home. Verse 25, lest thou learn his ways and get a snare to thy soul. And now it's saying, lest you become that angry man as well. Lest you become so easily disturbed and boil over, and now you're blowing up and causing harm and damage in others' lives. Get a snare to thy soul. It's a snare to thy soul, and the company you keep you become them. It's just a matter of fact, okay? You can't help it, all right? You end up submitting to the way that they are because you're around them. You start bullying others because your friends are bullies, and now they're beating down on you, and then all of a sudden you want to start beating down on somebody else, whether it's physical or just verbal. It spreads, right? It's like a cancer, all right? It jumps from company to company. That's why we surround ourselves with righteous believers that are seeking purity, so that we also seek that as well. We don't keep the company of the foolish that wants to remain in impurity and iniquity, because then that starts to seep into our lives, whether it's just angry and the anger man, or just the lewd and the perverse, the froward man, right? Because then we catch a snare to our soul, okay? It transmits like a disease, all right? These actions transmit, because all of a sudden you think it's acceptable to do because it's all around you, and you sink into it. Verse 26, be not thou one of them that strike hands, or them that are sureties for debts. Just the same thing. Striking hands is when they make a deal, all right? And you're making a deal for debts, okay? Again, it's just preaching against debt. It's preaching against getting into these circumstances where you become a slave to the lender. There are places that we kind of have to do it, okay? Maybe buying a car, all right? Sometimes you just have to do it. Buying a house, you just have to do it. But it's saying remain vigilant when you do it, and it just says don't do it at all, okay? If you don't have the cash in hand, don't buy it. I'm trying to live my life that way so I don't end up $4,000 in debt again to this credit card company and then just feel destroyed and distraught because I have negative $4,000 because there's zero in my bank account and I owe these guys $4,000. All right, it's different when I go buy a house because then at least I have a place to live in and I'm in debt to that because it's different. All right, it's different. Don't be opening up 10 credit cards and thinking you can handle it. That's what it's saying. If thou hast nothing to pay, why should he take away thy bed from underneath thee? That's the next verse, okay? So you open up all these, you get into debt, so much into debt, now they're foreclosing on your house because they're gonna take their bed from underneath thee. If you don't have to pay, don't pay. If you don't have it, don't strike hands and become in debt because they will come for your house. We see this all the time. People foreclose on their house because they bought a boat and they bought a motorcycle and now I have all these payments to pay out and then it all just gets repossessed because they spread themselves too thin with all this credit and with all this stuff and now they're in bankruptcy and foreclosure and they have nothing. So we don't buy when we don't have. That's the place I'm in. I'm not going to go buy until I've gathered enough substance, okay? I'm in saving mode. Let me save so that when I do meet a woman, I can just not even flinch at going out and buying a diamond ring for her. All right, that's why we gather and we store and we steward the finances well so that we can provide for others and so that we don't get caught in these snares of debt. Verse 28, remove not the ancient landmark which thy fathers have set. They used to set the landmark up, okay? Where they set the stones up when they crossed the Jordan. They did it all the time, okay? We don't really do that anymore, but don't do it, okay? It's saying don't do it. That's messed up. We don't remove the landmark, okay? Maybe you see those stones stacked on stacked up at a on a mountain when you go on that hike and you see those stones stacked. Don't knock it over because that's doing this. That's literally doing this. Maybe they didn't, you don't know what that is. You don't know who set that landmark up. You don't know what that landmark means. So just don't do it because you know what? It might be when the tribes of Israel crossed the Jordan, it might be that landmark, okay? It's messed up and that's how they would find their way when they were traveling. So basically you're causing confusion and you're wrecking the path so that people can't find their ways and go the right way. Verse 29, seest thou a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings, he shall not stand before mean men or average men or obscure or unknown men, all right? Diligent in his business. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Whether it's build this or I'm just trying to build something. I'm trying to be diligent in my business so I don't get stuck in the restaurant and stay in the obscure and the unknown man, okay? If I just work in a restaurant for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be stuck in this place where it's just, you know what, I'm just a waiter in a restaurant. You know what, okay, I'll just stay humble and stay dumb and stay not diligent in my work rather than trying to build something else so that I can, number one, help others and help myself and help my family. I'm going to be diligent in my work so I can stand before kings, so I can stand before great men, so I will be known in the congregation. I'll walk in a room and it'll say, look at me, I'm that Proverbs 31 man that the Proverbs 31 woman gets, okay? That's why I'm doing the diligent work. That's why I'm I'm submitting to the Lord and allowing him to create diligent hands, to create a diligent mind, to create a diligent human being that works. And I don't say, oh, look at the lion, there's a lion without, I'm so scared, I can't go to work, you know what, I'm not even gonna start this thing because there's a lion, I'm so scared, okay? I'm scared of what? Oh, I'm telling people about my life, I'm doing this. Oh, there's a million excuses to not do what the Lord has called you to do, and you don't listen to him. You just shut that down and you rebuke the devil and you rebuke yourself. Because it might not even be the devil speaking it to you. It might just be your cowardice and your refusal to submit to the Lord. And so You quit that rebellion. You act like a strong man. Quit you and act like strong men, okay? And we do the work of the Lord diligently, not so that we can be in the company of kings and great men, but because he's called us to be greater. Right, Levi? Right? The Lord wants more out of you. And the Lord wants more out of you. And the Lord wants more out of me, okay? Should have said me first. But Levi especially, look at this guy. He's a punk. Yeah, I called you that. He just wants to play. And that's okay, because he's a young pup. But it's not okay for us to just be obsessed with pleasure and play, okay? We're done with that. We're done with folly, and now we put our nose to the grindstone and we do what the Lord has called us to do. That's the wisdom that I'm seeking after by seeking wisdom. That's the wisdom you're seeking after by seeking wisdom. Submission to the Lord is a wise state to be in. And now we have to remain in it. So the diligent hands can be formed. He can strengthen my hands and teach my hands to war against the enemy. And teach my hands to destroy the deconstruction that they have created so that people lose faith in God. Let it not be so. Let me fight against that. Teach my hands to war, Lord. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. God bless your souls. We're losing light. Levi's ready to go. So peace out. Proverbs 21 or 22, I don't even know. 22. 2. Whoa. Oh, come on. You ain't got nothing. Hey, that's my jeans. Come on. You got stuck. You're trapped. Look at that. That's a sheepdog for you. That's a sheepdog. He's a sheepdog. I'm a sheepdog. Don't call me a shepherd now. Unless you're talking Australian. Look at that. Don't mess with Levi. He's gonna trip you up. Ow! Now you got actually skin, dude. That's skin. That hurts. Told you he'd mess you up. Okay. Alright, I gotta turn the video off. Ah! Ow! Dude, you're biting my skin. Alright, you got me. Ow! Alright, dude, you got me. Sometimes the sheepdog gotta bite your ankle so you stop acting like a fool. Alright, you got me. Ow! Alright, dude, you got me. Sometimes the sheepdog gotta bite your ankle so you stop acting like a fool.